Hey folks, welcome back to Shadow Empire. Okay, in the last episode I made a couple of mistakes, and thanks to Little Gamer, one of my viewers, he pointed out that I'd actually built some rail here instead of road. So that was one. The second thing that I did was when I was calculating the logistics for this turn, and I dropped down the truck station production, I didn't take into account the fact that you don't see the results of that until the following turn. So I've actually cut some of my troops off now. This is just me being really dumb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and move all these troops back and get them back into some sort of supply. So that's the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything, because if I forget that, I'm in big trouble. So I've set myself back a little bit there, but it's not the end of the world. It's got me thinking that I need more truck stations, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a second zone, and I think that zone's going to be about here, because we're going to have administrative strain coming out of this city now. Let's just have a look at this. We're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 6, isn't it, for administrative strain? 6 hexes out. Or it might be 8. I can't remember now quite what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this would be like 16 hexes. I think if I put a zone here, something like that, that might be okay, because I think this is going to be a weird map for growing pop. It's going to be really difficult to get anything more than just a truck station up. But I think you do get a little bit of bonus from natural growth. It's not going to hurt things. The other thing I'll say is I don't have much in the way of colonists to send there. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a weird one. But let's try it. I think it's going to be worth a try. I mean, I don't mind having a non-productive zone. The fact that we can just get another truck station out anyways is going to be worth it, I think. I think that having a second zone is probably going to be less problem than it will be to have the administrative strain on Kirkwall. So let's try this. I think maybe here. This looks like a good place. And just having an outpost anyway might be useful in case we do get attacked. It also might give the AI another sort of bogus dummy target to go for when it's making its calculations. So, we might have some... It might work. Let's have a look at what happened in the history. Oh, we got cut off here as well, look. So, yeah, these marauders are sort of moving in and trying to cut us off. We didn't lose any troops. At least not to warfare. We will be starting to lose them to starvation unless I fix this. So, let's get these guys in position. Start moving some troops down to try and deal with this. There we go. Right, let's just cut those off back. Yeah, we should be getting supply through. Now, obviously, we're not getting any supply because we don't have enough logistics, because Ben is an idiot. But, yeah, let's just actually replenish these guys as well. Let's replace these troops. I want to do that before I forget. There we go. Okay. Costs a little bit of it. They're going to have to stay there for one more turn. I don't mind about that. Just going to move these up here. Yeah, we've actually got. We need to get more spies back into this area now. All our spies have gone. We've only got 12 recon points, which isn't enough. So let's have a look at the vidcon first. We're in the full-blown time of confidence. We've developed RPGT. Okay, so this was something else I was getting confused with. You might remember that I was like, why is this event offering me to research RPG when I've already researched it? And then I looked in the management screen and I realized, no, I haven't already researched it. It's here. Why am I thinking I have? Well, the reason was, I wasn't just being completely insane. I had a model of bazooka called RPG, and that was why. So confusingly, one of the generic names is RPG. So I changed it to Stinger, and so I've just changed this generally. Basically, that's why I've done that, because I was getting confused. Like, hang on a minute, why is it offering me RPG when I've already got that tech? And then I looked and I was like, oh no, I haven't got that one. I've not even discovered it yet. So anyway, so that's what was going on there. So that's another moment of Ben's confusion cleared up. Okay, I'm gonna get these guys down here. Yeah, these are all going to be out of supply next turn, by the way. Now I'm going to actually put let's get this truck station. This really wasn't the best place to put this truck station. I've put the truck station back on 100%, and what I'm going to do is at that point I should have enough logistics to be able to get a truck. Probably See, I'm half tempted to put the truck station here. The only thing is that I am going to need another zone at some point. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I'll put it here. 2. So this would be like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think it's 8 squares as the administrative chamber. It might be 12. I forget what it is now. That looks like a good position to put it anyway. The other possibility is putting it here, which is near these mountains, which are better, more defendable. Yeah, that might be a better opportunity. The only thing is that then Varot are quite close. So we'd be trading defensibility in this, you know, on these hexes here. Although these are very defensible, they wouldn't shift me out of these mountains if I had a decent infantry, a set of infantry and some artillery or something. So maybe I think I will put it here. Maybe there. Yeah, I think I'll put it here. So let's get. I'm gonna get another truck station up here. And just for the small costs that they are, they're really, really cheap. They're not so cheap to run necessarily, but they, you know, if in doubt, build more trucks. That was one of my old sayings about Shadow Empire, and it's not strictly, you shouldn't take that as you shouldn't take that for gospel. It's not the it's not no-brainer advice actually, but at least in the beginning of the game while you're learning it, it's a fair rule of thumb. Let's get these guys moving back a little bit just to. Might be able to have to come up and support these, especially if they start losing troops. They start losing troops to starvation. I'm hoping that this building this truck station here is not going to take too much infrastructure. Too many logistics points. You'll see that we should get enough logistics points to at least get half of it done. And might just have to play with the traffic lights a little bit just to get this working. Just see what the traffic lights are like here. Yeah, see, I probably want to be cutting that off just to everything now. This mothball mine's not taking very much. It's just maintenance logistics it's requiring there. Yeah, I think this is a wise move. Let's get another zone up here, and we'll get a truck station. In fact, when I built that truck station, hang on, let me just go to that again. Just cancel it. Just cancel the construction. Okay, so we go to construct again. When you do this, just click on create new zone. Look, and this will enable you to have a new zone at the same time. We probably need to start getting some colonists at this point as well. Now we're getting a fair amount of population coming in. It's because of our luxury private economy. It's really attracting people in. It's a good idea to get your quality of life up as soon as possible. Now the next one to do will be to go up into health. But look, we're getting so many people coming in. Obviously workforce. So we took an extra 500 back into the private population just because of the work ending. But they're going to be taking more out again just to be going into to be building these now. I think I can probably afford to call the governor and upgrade that. What do I mean by upgrade it? Sorry, I'm just rambling to myself. What I mean is I'm going to call Lola Beat Hands. Go to zone orders again, and let's increase the colonists, and let's get like 500 a turn now, and then we'll start funneling those just while we've got this big population boost. It is good to get population going in here. I don't want to decrease this too much, but just for a little while, I think it might be good just to get our military going up a little bit and just get some more colonists other than this 200 that we're getting from that zone asset. I forget which one it was now. The dojo. Or no, it wasn't the dojo. I can't remember which one it was now, but there was an event that gave it us. Anyway, so look at the decisions. Phonarchis wants to organise a party. He wants to include have a grand party for all these veterans. This looks like it might be good for us. We're going to Heart, aren't we? Heart and government. Honestly, government might not be a bad idea at this point. What are we doing with... Where are we? Profile. So, now commerce is helping, because commerce is giving us a private economy bonus, and that's what's building all this private luxury stuff up. I might want to continue with that for a while. However, getting into government might be good eventually, because we're going to start getting more bureaucratic points. And, then you get like industrial bonuses and stuff. Worker happiness bonus is always going to be kind of helpful. Yeah, bureaucratic point's going to be useful. That would be more useful in tandem with mind. Now, heart's helping because it's meaning we're basically able to field armies for almost nothing. And you'll notice that the morale on our troops is probably going to be quite high. I've not actually checked it for a while. It's not high. It's not that high. Okay. They probably want to be paid more. But I can't afford it. Like, I am in the red at the moment. If we go to urgent issues, look, with 246 credits of cash flow in the red. We're going to carry on with that because we're going to be building these trucks. Like, pushing out into this frontier to the west is going to be an expensive endeavour in many ways, and it's not something I can rush. I've realised this. That said, look, we've got all this space. Like, this is Varort. Look here. Let me just get my pen tool up so we can just sort of see what's going on here. So this is Varort here, look. Kind of like that. And they're going to be pushing out this way, right? So I'm going to be... Oops, hold on. Let me just get rid of that. Ba-da-ba-boom. Still not figuring out how to use this thing very well. Okay, so I'm over here. And there's all this space. Now, we have found there's another zone here, look. This is Schwarzmark. And Schwarzmark, they are, or Schwarzmark, I don't know how you, sorry, my German pronunciation is going to be terrible because I'm English. They've got all this land down here, so they're pushing up towards us too. Now, they won't be, again, because there aren't many zones, they won't be colonizing it. So, but I kind of need metal, so I do need to push out this way. I can't leave this up to the AI because it basically means I'll be forced to be at war with somebody because I'll have to go to war very fast in order to be able to take the resources that I need. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this decision. I think I'm just going to go with this one. This is the one to take. Military Research Council task priorities. I think we can just, it filters from bottom up, I think Trifler said, so just leave it on 80% for the time being. Model design overview, let's have a look. We've got that level 2 RPG up. We can make it anti-tank gun. Yeah. Have we got artillery? Yes, we got loader. What was that like? Absolute rubbish. Okay. So yeah, and we've not even built anything to build on that yet. So yeah, I've got all these bad designs. I'm kind of really struggling. This is the worst game I've ever had, I think, for bad models, I think I'd say. Let's roll the dice and get an anti-tank gun. I think on this map, the chances of the AI having very, very heavy, high-powered tanks is quite unlikely. Plus, I don't have the metal. It might be worth just getting something quite light. Yeah, 24 metal, 30 metal. These are 42. I'll go for the 60 mil. These will work. I know there'll be people going, oh, why are you doing that? Why don't you just get the highest velocity? It's not always wise. There is such a thing as overkill in this game. And it depends on what they're fielding at you. But having something is better than nothing. And having the threat of guns is sometimes enough to make an AI go round you. Okay, so you don't necessarily need the biggest caliber. That's something I see people talking about in the forums a bit. And it's like, you don't necessarily need the biggest guns all the time. It is sometimes, especially on a map like this, it can be a waste. Okay, now I've done lecturing you all. I think that's about it for this turn. I don't think there's really very much more I can do. Just to try to rescue this big problem that I've caused myself. So let's move on to the next one. Catch you in the next turn, guys. Hey folks, I'm back. Okay, let's have a look at what happened in the last turn. We are still way out of supply. We're starting to pick it up here. So this wasn't quite as drastic as it was. Again, I'm going to get these guys out as quickly as possible. Just to move these guys around. Just to remind myself to do that. I don't know how long it's going to take. Oh, there we go. Now we're going to get the next turn. Look, we are going to start getting supply up here. So I think what we can do is, I think I feel safe moving these guys back out now, actually. So let's do that. I also don't want Varort to think I'm forming up on his border. So let's get these guys out and start pushing up towards this way. I'm going to build a road out this way too, instead of a rail, which was really dumb of me. I really didn't mean to do that at all. The rail's not going to harm anything. Okay, let's have a look at the history. Let's see what happened here. Just some border movement by Varort, and we lost some machine guns there, and they pushed us back and cut us off. That's interesting. Okay, no damage in this attack here, and that's that. Vidcom. We researched propeller engines so we can get aircraft. That's not going to be much use to us, but I don't know. We might find some use for them. We've got an increased sales tax card, but I don't think increasing it plus 25% is going to be really helpful for us. We are still in a deficit. By the way, if you're wondering why it is I've got 1,000 credits here when we've got negative 250 credit deficit, is because I actually played a stratagem card. I played this, the card that was here, basically the 1,000 credits. So I spent a fate point on that. I'm running out of money, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's really, really nothing I can do about it. So decisions wise, national budget, economic council is going to be the main priority, I think, for the moment. We need to, it's all about economics, I think, at the moment. Let's just leave that as it is. Supreme Council, Command and Council task priorities. Yeah, I'm going to leave that as it is. I think that looks like a good setting. We'll go for radiation filters because there's no other choice. Now, oops. What I probably should do is go to our military research council, just call them, and I want to put more. Yeah, look, most of it's going into research, and we're researching stuff that we don't really need. So I'm actually going to change that now. I think we need to find some of the other stuff that we're after. So, for example, combat armor would be good. High-speed machine gun would be good. RPG would be good. Basically, any of these would be decent. Rocketry is not much use for us at the moment because they just take that. Rockets are really good. I found them to be great use on certain kinds of maps, but they are just so expensive when it comes to ammunition. And as you know, we don't have much in the way of metal, so ammo is kind of hard to do. Let's call this guy. We'll go to priorities, and we're going to change this up to like 90%. I don't care about radiation filters. We've not come across any radiation, and I'm not planning on using nuclear weapons. Okay, these guys are all starving too. This is a problem. Let's get these. They'll be all right next turn by the looks of it. But I think what we're going to have to do is just kind of squeeze in on these guys. Okay, so we're pushing them back. Pushing them back is at the expense of basically starving our troops out. Let's get a dirt road out here. Turn that overlay off. I like to turn the overlays off. I don't like playing with them on. There's a few that I use. This one, I think it's the 5 key, which kind of gives the your enemy territory a darker hue. That's really useful. But for the most part, I don't like to play with the overlays on. I find it kind of bugs my eyes. If I don't usually even have the hexes on. Okay, so how long until this truck station is up? Okay, one more turn. That's good news. Right. So I think what we're going to do next is get a university up. We need to continue with this. Oh, we're losing pop now. Oh, we're taking workers from the population. That's why. Okay, that's not too bad. We had a big influx of people in that turn. We are now starting to take. We're getting 700 colonists a turn. Once I'll be able to do a bit of a colonist dump into this town here, and this is going to be a small zone, and it probably will be a small zone right till the end of the game. There's not much we can do about that, I'm afraid. Let's just see what we've got there. I'm just going to keep those in that place there. Yeah. Logistics is not looking good. We are going to get some logistics points through here. I think what we need to do. Just stop that for a second. We've actually got the traffic light here instead. I'm just going to make sure that we're getting a little bit more through here. That's less. Oh no, it's not. It was more. My bad. Okay, so that's not going to be enough. 17. No, that's still not going to be enough. We're going to need more than that. Perhaps if I do a custom pull point. Let's get. Oops, not that one. Sorry, I'm being stupid. Here we go. Let's just get the traffic light up, and we'll just pull 50 custom pool points. Now, I've got to be honest with you guys. I've been playing this game a lot, right? And I still can't figure out how the pool points work. Will this pull 50 through? I don't know, but let's roll the dice and see if it works. I got really upset some people on the Matrix forums talking about this, because I was just saying how, you know, Shadow Empire just it has a lot of stuff in there, kind of like to prevent the game players from being able to game it, you know, game certain systems. So Daz Tactic made a very good point that he finds the some of the fact that some of the dice roll stuff doesn't really seem to add up. So for example, when you're doing a decision, and you know it looks like your character's got like 150, you've got 150. The outcome of the dice rolls is likely to be about 150, and then you get something drastically different. I think some of that is luck, but I think some of it is also there's some. I think, if I'm understanding it right, there might be some stuff going on under the hood that kind of obscures the dice rolls, and it kind of tells you that in the game as well. And I think that he finds that very frustrating. I think that the reason why the decisions are in there is a way to kind of like stop the player snowballing out of control by just min-maxing everything. So for example, you know, your own, I mean, if you can figure the logistics out, you can kind of min-max the logistics, and you can certainly min-max the way that, you know, you build, you know, you're building up your assets, and you know, if you really want to sit and calculate it, you can calculate exactly how many troops you're going to need for each job, that kind of thing. But because of the heavy randomization element in this, it kind of stops you just from, you know, kind of just doing an algorithm and winning the game before you've even played it. And I like that. For me, that is what makes this game special. I like it in Distant Worlds 2 as well. I don't like games where I feel that if you can read a guide on the best algorithm on with, you know, to use and within which to win, what's the point in playing, you know? So Shadow Empire is great in that respect. However, Daz made a dead good point, and it's that it's kind of halfway between the two. It doesn't really, sometimes the game kind of it gives you these figures, but then it was like there's some randomization going on underneath, but then you'll get like what seem to be like drastically different results. And the combat results are one, I think there's still a bug or something in the way that, it's not a bug, but the way that the combat odds are calculated, it makes an estimate basically, and the estimate really isn't always very likely what you're going to see. So that's a real common pitfall for beginners in Shadow Empire, I think. You know, they look at the odds and think, oh, that's 6 to 1, you know, that's if I roll a 6-sided dice, I've got to get anything but a 1 or whatever. And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, and it's a real common trap. Okay, university. Let's get a university up. All of this stuff, by the way, is costing me more and more money, and I'm doing this in an effort to gradually pull up the population, and we're also trying to get more political points and bureaucratic points. You'll see that if we go to the Empire dashboard, we've got quite a lot of bureaucratic points. We need more though, because the more bureaucratic points we get, basically, the more that we're going to be able to put into, well, just getting things like, you know, trying to get some stratagem cards to raise our economy, and that would help. Like, we've got a sales tax card. I just don't think that's going to help. I mean, we go to the let's have a look at our treasury. There's a treasury report. There we are. Sales tax is kind of nothing, you know. Like, you don't get I don't think you really get anything from it. I can't even remember where sales tax is. It will be from, yeah, no forced sales income. Oh, that's forced sales. But yeah, I mean, look, we're making 22 credits of revenue. We just can't afford all the stuff we've got. That's the problem. So building up a hospital or a university or something seems like a great idea. The problem is, what was it? I think it was a hospital I wanted next. The thing is, I don't know if I can afford the workers for it, and that's the truth. So yeah, you know what? I think until I kind of got the thing is, right, it's a bit of a catch-22 situation, because you need more population in order to make money, and you need more population in order to get the bureaucratic points in order to make stuff that will maintain your population. So in order to make money, you've got to build stuff that will cost you more money, because you've got to employ workers to work in the buildings that produce the bureaucratic points. So I could build up the next level of bureaucracy. The problem is that then I'd just have no, you know, I'd have no money. My money it's just going to be going backwards and backwards. And as you can see, We can't sell anything. I mean, metals are less than a credit for one, and we haven't got very many anyway. We've got a fair amount of rare metals. The problem is that the rare metals, they're not worth anything at the moment. We can sell a few machines here and there, but they're really, like, you know. I suppose what I could do, right? We could start producing machines. I forget how many it is now for the workshops. Okay, so one machine costs 20 metals, 20 rare metals. So at the current prices, right? 20 rare metals. That's going to be like 6. That's going to be like 6 credits for 20, I think, something like that. And then what was it? Less than a credit. So it's going to be like, I don't know, 26, 20. You know, sort of somewhere around 20 credits basically to make a machine. And the machines are, well, they're appropriately priced. Look, they're about 20 credits. That looks about right. So I could kind of sell a few machines here and there, and then build up some more while the value of the credits is so low. That's one thing I could do, I guess. But you know, as soon as you sell a few machines, look. I mean, you don't really get much for them. Then you've got to spend industrial points on, you know, also on making the machines, because I'm pretty sure that, yeah, 20 industrial points as well. So kind of, you know, the trade-off's not really that good. Okay, I think that is about it for this turn. Again, these guys pushing us back. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure what it is that's doing that. See, I really need troops. I need troops to kind of push these guys back here. I don't even have any spies to kind of figure out where these troops are now. This game's difficult. It's very, very difficult. Once we've got this truck station up, things will look a bit clearer. So let's see what things look like after that. Catch you in the next turn, guys. Hey folks, okay, so we've actually got some good news this turn. Look, we found metal. I thought I'd just record this straight rather than kind of looking at my turn first, because there's not a whole lot going on. Okay, so we found metal. That's the best thing. We've discovered motorbike infantry, which is really good as well. That's a fast unit that we can use. We've got volunteer drive, grand convention, decreased sales tax, send spy. I really need increased income tax. That's what I need. Looks like. Okay, so here we've got a new site called. This is a new zone called Corona. We've got a truck station up there. We've got no garrison, so we're gonna need to get some troops up as a garrison. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably put these guys up here as these militia, and they can just stay there as a garrison. Now, if we just let's get these hexes back on. This is Kirkwall. Okay, I'm just gonna have to paint out this this border, and you know how fun this is, so let's go to zone borders. Oh, that's odd. Is it gonna let me do it? No, it's not gonna let me do it because you need to. That's weird. It's never done that before. Normally it should give you you know, like a certain amount of border. I don't know why it's done that. Very, 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 very strange. So much for not getting administrative strain. I don't know if that will fix itself next turn, or whether that's a bug, or whether I'm just kind of not understanding how it works again, but I'm pretty sure that usually when you create a zone, it should create you know, a 9 or 6 hexes around it, or at least some way of, because basically the way that the zone drawing tool works is it requires 2. Oh, there we go. There we got it. I was just hitting the wrong button. What an idiot. Okay, so let's. I'm just going to paint this out. I don't normally do this on camera because it's just really like boring for people to watch. But I suppose I can talk while I'm doing it. So what we want to do is we want to paint this out so that it's kind of something like this. This is another part of Shadow Empire that I think Vic could have a look at. It's I mean, I don't know, not really sure quite what you would do with it. It's not ideal though, is it? The way that it works right now. Okay, here's right. We found metal. We found metal here. We found 1 metal deposit here. 27,000 at level 6, not bad. And 23,000 at level 9. Now, I think level 9. I think level 9 means it's like more difficult to get out. I think that's right. But anyway, look, our prospecting pulled off in the end. I'm very, very pleased about this because it means that we're actually it means we've actually got a fighting chance now on this map. So what we've got to do, we need to get another zone up. I've just made that zone, and I think, you know, we're gonna have to get another one up. Let's just get these guys further out exploring. Okay, we've got something to face here. So we'll get the first infantry out and just checking out here. These guys lost troops, look, because they were starving. That was my dumb. I was thinking that I could save money by, you know, scrimping on my logistics a little bit, but it really was a bad idea. Okay. We want a mine here. Now, it's going to be a mine in another zone. I think what I'll do first is let's get the colonists that we've got already, and let's just go to colonize, and we'll send those guys in as just population. In fact, I'll send 1,000 into Corona. Now, this is going to have a detrimental effect initially on our logistics system. Why is that? Well, we have got another truck station coming up next turn, so we're going to have much more truck points. Yes. However, they're also going to be taking food from the SHQ. We're going to be, you know, it's going to be food for 1,000 people. We've got no information here at the moment on what they're going to be taking, but you'll see it next turn. They'll start drawing in food and water and that kind of stuff. So, and energy. Although energy is not an issue. All right, let's get this dirt road out to here, and we're going to start building a mine. I started building the university last turn. I thought the university was a good idea. It probably is. So the university only takes 600 workers, and so you're paying for 600 people, but it's going to be a significant quality of life increase. It's the bigger levels, like when you go to university 2 and stuff, you know, you start, you know, or the larger amounts, you're starting to take more workers. So you know, like, well, the production cost it triples for level 2, over triples. It goes from 500 to 1,600. Okay. Let's just have a look at the history. We got attacked here. We lost 100 troops. They pushed us back. They were rifle militia. We also lost... we killed 800 troops there. They walked into our GR grade machine gunners. And yeah, they just lost a load of troops. So that wasn't good for them. In the vidcom, you've just seen what's going on there. And decisions. We've got a few decisions this time. People of Kirkwall are upset with Victor Osborne, leader of the first SHQ. People of Kirkwall are upset I filed a troubleshooter from your service. He publicly and rather rudely pointed out a flaw in my management. He might have been right, but respect should come first. Population are angry. Just gonna leave it. Oh, mind you, it's gonna drop meritocracy. I'll reverse it then. It's upset him. The problem is with that is it's a spiral, and you know, you've got to be a bit careful, because you start annoying your people too much, it goes into a bit of a spiral. I'd like you to review the current priorities of the Interior Council. Right, tariffs I don't care about. Taxation is the one.
Copy that.
We need more taxation cards. We're not getting any at the moment. Waste disposal accident Kirkwall. Yeah, we should be able to do this. Danger did not increase. Critical success. Excellent job. Okay. And then we got the zone city upgrade. So we can upgrade Kirkwall into a level 4 city. I don't think you want to do that yet. There's really no point. We want to keep it as small as possible until we've actually upgraded these. So, because you start getting... I don't know if it's administrative strain. I forget what it is that it causes now. I think it might be a quality of life penalty. I think it's something to do with the way that the quality of life is... or the zone civilization score, something like that. I forget quite exactly how it works now. Okay. Yeah. Again, another relatively simple turn. That's odd. Let me just check that history and just see what happened there. No. They moved back. Okay, all right, I see what happened. So we can move into that and take that. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to get ambushed there. Okay, these guys are all out of supply. I just need to make sure that they're not going to be losing any more supply there. Yeah, perhaps I shift these guys up one. So we've got a front forming here. Okay, we're going to need 5. I think we're going to need a supply base. But let's not build that until we've got the... Let's get the university up. Once we've got the university up, we'll then go for this. We'll go for this, and we'll put another zone up here. And then I'll probably have to get a zone down. Or maybe if I get a zone here, and then we can... Yeah, that might be smarter. Yeah, that might be smarter. Getting a zone like here or something. How many... we've got a fair amount of resource points. Sorry, industrial points. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so if I get a zone 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Maybe if I put a zone like here. Something like that. Yeah, it might have been better going this way, rather than all that way there. Doesn't matter now. Let's what I need to do is actually get a zone up here. So what I'll do is, because I think that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 12 hexes for the administrative strain. I think it might be 8. It's either 8 or 12. It's not 6. Yeah, I think the zone could go there then. Now again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or we could have it here. What's this asset here? Geyser turbine. Again, you see, this would be really nice to defend. No, I think I'll put it up here. I think somewhere like this. Anyway, I'll think about that next turn. That's about it, I think. Yeah, I think that's all I can do really this turn. These guys aren't really going anywhere. I'd like to get that the derelict spaceship back if I can. Don't really have anything I can take it with at the moment. Yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, right. Oh, there's some decisions. Yeah, so ask me later for that. Training opportunity in the 2nd Kirkwall Mobile Battalion. Well, we've got the option between 2 things we don't really need. Enforcement's going to drop commerce. I don't really want enforcement. Let's go for the intelligence experts. Okay. Are there any stratagems we want to play? Probably not. Okay, we've got a spy. Let's try and get a spy into this zone here to see what's going on. I haven't got any in this one at all. Yeah, we could ask credits from Valrort. The problem is it will reduce our relationships with them. However, our relation is quite high. Might be an idea though, because we are going backwards and we're in big trouble. Okay, you can only target. They're not going to do it because they're blackmailing us. Okay. Our sale. Well, what is our sales tax actually set to? I'm pretty sure I actually set that. Yeah, it's 25. Look. Yeah, we got 4 for. I think I seem to remember if you put sales tax too high, it causes problems. Yeah, I think for the tiny amount of money that I'm getting, it's just not worth it. And there's nothing else really we can play here. Private investment might be worthwhile. Let's get private investment into Corona here. Okay, 279 credits. It's not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. Hopefully it will encourage a little bit of private investment in this place. What have we got here? We've got a truck station. If we build a... We could get a bureaucratic office up. That's usually the first thing to do. 200 metal's quite a lot, though. But for the 50 bureaucratic points will be worth it, I think. So let's do that. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the episode there. I will catch you in the next episode. So, yeah, you know what? Here was me thinking this wasn't going to be interesting. Actually, it is. This has been a really, really interesting map. This has been one of the most kind of, I guess, it's one of the most difficult games that I've played, I'd say. At least in the sense of that there's not been any sort of... There's no game-ending threats other than just like losing money at the moment and just having no access to any infrastructure, you know, to be able to build decent infrastructure. However, the fact that we've actually got metal now, access to metal is going to help a little bit. If we can keep pushing down this far and reach this before our opponents, we've also got a, you know, that volcano will help us with energy too eventually. So that would be something useful. There's another windfall turbine here. There are some small free folk towns too, but not a whole lot. Yeah, it's it definitely has been an interesting map. Okay, catch you next time. See you later.